Hi, how you guys doing? Let me know you can hear me and see me. I am at my hotel right now, so I just want to make sure that the Wi-Fi is cool. Just let me know. And say hello if you guys are hopping on. I want to say hi. I want to say happy Sunday. I want to celebrate with you this beautiful full moon energy. Happy full moon in Libra. How many of you are feeling this full moon energy? Because I'll tell you, I am. It's because I'm a Libra, but I'm feeling it. There's also some other planets that are. Hi, Caprice. Thanks for saying hi. Hi, Priya. Thanks for saying hi, you guys. I appreciate it. That way I can put my phone away and just keep me posted since I am not in town right now. So I just want to make sure that the Wi Fi at the hotel is not wonky. So thank you so much for being here. If you guys have not been to Awoken TV before, welcome. If you have been to Awoken TV before, welcome back. I want to say hello to you. I want to know who you are. I want to know what drew you here and got you interested in watching me tonight. Hi, Laura. Oh, yay! The Awoken app is live on iOS. That's so exciting. Yes, exactly. If you guys want to find Awoken TV, obviously you can find it on the App Store, but you can also find it on www.awoken.tv. So, what is Awoken? Awoken is like a spiritual or metaphysical Netflix. This is where you're going to find other shows like this. You're going to find courses, you're going to find conscious filmmakers, and so much support to guide you on your spiritual awakening journey and your healing path. So, check it out and feel free to ask any questions to myself or to the team of Awoken TV. If you guys are not familiar with me, my name is Laura Mazzotta, and I am an Akashic business coach. I've also been a therapist for almost 20 years. And I am here. It is my mission to spread the awareness of the Akashic records to as many people as will listen, because I find it to be the most effective and efficient path to healing that I've ever found, as a therapist and also just in the medical field as well. So I am here to share that knowledge. I'm also here to guide people from core levels of potent healing to six-figure spiritual businesses, because we want to really thrive in this world. We want to feel alive, we want to feel passionate, and we want to be able to share our gifts. Okay, hi Sam. Good to see you. Happy full moon. Hi Rosie. Yes, Caprice, I agree with you. And I know we were private messaging a little bit too, so I know you have a lot of stuff you're working through, and it's good when things get illuminated, when that deep stuff gets illuminated on a full moon, because it highlights all of those dark corners that maybe haven't gotten a lot of attention over the past month or previous to that even. And so we have the opportunity to have these parts of us illuminated that don't want to be stuck anymore. They want to be released. They want to be let go and transformed into something bigger, into something better to serve our soul and our purpose. Okay? All right, friends. Oh, yay, they're all together filming. You guys are so fancy. You're so fancy. I got to get on the fanciness. All right, friends. So tonight I am doing Akashic Healings. And this is a very, very special night for you guys, because Akashic Healings is something that I typically only offer in my free Facebook community, Room for Healing. And if you guys are not in that Facebook community yet, I highly encourage you to join. It's such a beautiful, collaborative, tight-knit community, so full of love. And I do these every week. I do Akashic Healings every week, where I go into the Akashic records and I offer people healing and wisdom and guidance based on what's coming up in their field, either physically or emotionally. So, oh, thank you, Jen. See, I'm so fancy, so trendy tonight. And I went to the beach today, so I got a little bit of sun, feeling a little pink. I don't get tan, I get pink. Anybody else have that happen to them? With my fair skin, no matter what I try, I just get pink. So anyway, all right. Hi, KJ. Thanks so much for being here. Hi, Kayla. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm very happy to have you with us tonight. So this is your opportunity. I am here in the space of the Akashic Records, the most unconditionally loving, safe space to do any of our healing work. And we are able to get close to the core, right to the core of what it is that is creating discomfort or dis-ease in our energy field. Okay, so feel free to bring forward something that you have a question about. And the key here is that you don't want to ask yes or no questions in the space of the Akashic Records. You want to ask more open-ended questions and allow them to be as specific as possible. Because if you leave them any wiggle room, they're going to go wherever they want to go that they feel is really in your highest good, which of course is a lot of what we want to hear, right? But sometimes you come into the records and say, I need a specific answer to a specific question, and this is exactly what I'm looking for, right? So if you're just kind of open to receiving more general guidance, then ask a more general question because they may take you somewhere that you did not anticipate. But if you ask something that is really specific and focused, you're going to get a more specific and focused answer. So thank you, Sam, for sharing. You're welcome. I'm trying to find out about my Akashic records. So I can send you a private message to Sam because I actually have a free YouTube video that teaches you about the Akashic records, how to open the Akashic records, and how to begin bringing through information. And then we can kind of powwow about, all right, how was that for you? How did it feel? I always follow up with people after I send them that video link because the Akashic records, if you haven't experienced them before, they're very high frequency space, which is wonderful and so healing for us. But it can also make you feel a little wonky if you haven't been there before. And depending on how much intuitive work and how many energy practices you've engaged in, depends on how you're going to feel when you first enter that space. So I really like to offer some additional support and just say, hey, like, how you doing? You doing okay? So let me know if you want that link. You can send me a private message and we can touch base and I can send that over to you. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, I'll send that over to you, or I'll have somebody on my team send it over to you, so that you can just practice and let me know how you do. And then we can chat about what that experience was like for you. All right, so what are your questions? Priya, I know you have a question, honey. All right, Caprice, you jumped on it. I would like to know how to strengthen the connection between my infant newborn self and my adult self to strengthen my ability to hear my inner divine guidance and my soulful self-care needs. Beautifully said. Yes, Kayla, absolutely, honey. Okay. So Caprice, I'm going to tune into this for you first, love. And I'm probably only going to have a time to do about 4 or 5 of these tonight. So I'm just going to take the first few because I'm typically on from like 30 to 40 minutes. I'm just reading over this message again from you, Caprice, so I can really tune into the energy of it. Okay. I'm just going to send some energy to your inner child too while I'm doing this. So it's interesting because what they're showing me is this very, very thick energetic cord that exists between your infant newborn self and your adult self. So it's almost like I keep getting the message like the cord was never cut, like the cord has not been cut. So I'm actually getting some codependency energy around this. I'm just plugging in my computer. A little bit of codependency energy around this, almost like your adult self and your infant newborn self have a codependent relationship, so that when your infant newborn self has any kind of energetic remnants that still exist within us, which obviously happens, especially when they haven't been fully resolved, that whatever that feeling or that shift that comes forward occurs in your energy, your adult self feels it palpably as if it is current reality. Okay. And they're saying that they want you to be really aware of this to kind of heighten your awareness around this. Okay. Because when you do that, you're going to be able to highlight the boundary between yourself and your infant newborn self. Okay. And that's really important because the main reason they're saying it's important for you in particular is because when you are tied codependently to this infant newborn self, you're keeping yourself tied to density, right? Because our souls are obviously not dense. They're energetic entities and they're unwavering and they're light. They always carry a lightness of being and a lightness of energy around them. Okay. But when we look at our infant newborn self and we identify with that as our adult selves, we're attaching to that dense nature of when our souls entered this planet rather than just attaching or connecting to our inner child, say, which is an energetic entity, which has a little bit more lightness of being. Does that make sense? And we don't want to connect to the light, to the density, especially for you, Caprice. What they're saying is they really want you to be able to focus on the fact that, you know, your loosening of these energetic ties between your infant newborn self and your adult self is going to awaken you more to your divine purpose, to moving forward for your soul's purpose rather than focusing on your human purpose in this particular lifetime. Because they're saying that your mission is much bigger than just what this lifetime has to offer you. It's much bigger than that. And so they want you to really align with that. So I'm just going to loosen some of this energy with some Reiki that exists between the two. And I would really encourage you to just get into a dialogue, like getting into a dialogue with your infant newborn self, where it's, hey, what is it that's coming up for you right now? What is it that you're mostly afraid of? What is it that you're still holding on to you? What is it holding on to? What is it that's holding you back? Okay. And start just having this dialogue, this conversation back and forth with your infant newborn self. Okay. And you want to basically give guidance to your infant newborn self as if you're parenting that child. Okay, like as if you're giving them guidance as to how to really manage whatever's coming up in their fields without having it trickle over into your adult experience. Does this make sense, Caprice? Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. Okay. All right, so Priya, you're welcome, love. I'm so happy you came. How to get unstuck. What to do next with business and the team involved. Okay. And just get out, cut the cord. That's what they're saying. Get out and cut the cord. If you're feeling trapped, if you're feeling stuck, that does not serve you. It's like you're standing there with your feet in black tar, right? And when you're standing there with your feet in black tar, it's like you have to put so much effort into just taking a step forward, and it feels so laborious and so excruciatingly frustrating to be able to lift one foot and put it in front of the other, and that your energy does not operate that way. Again, talking about this density that they were just talking about with Caprice, you know, they do not want you to focus on what's going on in the human between team members or with your business or whatever. They want you to focus on your potential, right? And your energetic blueprint and how you are designed. And you are designed with tons of lightness of being. Okay. And so you sitting in stuck is not an accurate reflection of your energetic blueprint or an accurate reflection of what you are meant to embody here on this planet. Okay. So they're just saying, like, enough already. Cut the ties of areas of your life that are weighing you down, because feeling weightless is what we're meant to feel. Feeling weightless is the nature of our soul. And so you being bogged down is really limiting your power and your potential. And you have so much. So why would you choose that? Because of fear, probably, right? Because there's fear there. Let me just tune in. They have one more thing to say about this. You're taken care of. You're provided for. You're already taken care of. You're already provided for. And you already have a blueprint of success that you've experienced before in your life. So when you have that blueprint of success, you forward that energetically by saying, I believe in that blueprint of success. I believe in my natural energetic blueprint and the fact that I have this lightness of being and the fact that I'm meant for bigger things. And you choose to release those sandbags that are weighing down your hot air balloon so that you can rise to new heights, so that you can travel wherever the hell you want, right? So let me know if you have other questions around that, Priya. But it's really like a cut the cord kind of situation. Like, no more fucking around, no more going back and forth about this, that, or the other. Like, that's it. Right? Like it's like really putting on your boss babe pants and being like, I have no more tolerance for this kind of stuff. I have absolutely no room left in my energy field for this. And so I am going to choose to step boldly into my authority and say, I am cutting that. I'm cutting that off. Okay. All right, so let's go on to Sam here. I would like to know how to break soul and karmic contracts. Thank you. You're very welcome, Sam. Okay. Don't forget to drink water and breathe deeply because we're moving energy here. Okay. All right. The first thing that they're calling attention to is your language. Do not use the word break, is what they're saying. They're saying they really want you to soften that because the energy behind I want to break soul and karmic contracts is that you want to come in as a human being with your own agenda or your own fears, and you want to cut things off at the, like, just nip it in the bud and be like, nope, done, I'm done with this. But you don't get to decide, right? We don't get to decide when our soul and karmic contracts are cut off. So instead, what they're saying is it would be much more productive for you to say, I would like to gain more insight into my karmic contracts. I would like to gain more insight into my soul contracts and understand them more deeply, because if they're still here, that means that there's still lessons for you to learn around them. That means that there's still lessons to rise into your awareness, to become more conscious of, so that you can naturally break those soul contracts, because you are going to be moving forward in your vibration and your frequency, and you're on your soul's path. So the real key here is, instead of focusing on your soul contracts, focus on tuning into your soul's purpose and taking steps forward to align with that, both energetically and with taking action in your life. Okay. This is one of the things we're going to be doing in my free 2-day intensive that starts on April 2nd, which I believe is Friday. So I'm going to put links in the comments for that so that you guys can sign up for that. This is one of the things we're going to be doing, is taking a look at those soul contracts and being able to say, all right, what serves me? Where's the lesson in this? How can I integrate this lesson and move forward with aligning with my soul contract? Because this is what's so cool about soul contracts and karma. As we become much more confidently aligned with our energetic blueprint and our soul's purpose moving forward, those things that no longer serve us and those contracts that we thought were not complete will start to naturally resolve. They just, the people and situations and relationships that no longer serve us literally just start to fall away. It's absolutely magical. You don't have to sit down and say, well, what do I do about this relationship? Or what do I do about this business decision? Or what do I do about this path in my life? You don't have to make that choice, right? Because once you're aligned with your soul's purpose, it just, that the things that don't align with that just naturally fall away, which means you just don't think about them as much, or they don't bother you as much, or like that person just stops contacting you as much, or you're like, oh wow, like for some reason that just seems to have started dissolving, right? And it doesn't have to be hard. So let me know your thoughts on that, Sam. You're welcome, Priya. I hope that serves you, honey. And I'm sure it creates some anxiety too. So please feel free to send me a message. Okay. Jen, hi, honey. I'm so happy you're here. Okay. So, what would be my next step in my life and business? Nice general question there, my friend. Let's see what they bring forward. I'm totally cool with general, but FYI, let's see what they come through with. Okay, they're showing me Reiki. They're showing me like shamanic journeys within Reiki. So I don't know if you've already done that, but they're saying it's almost like they want you to explore Mother Earth more. They want you to explore nature more and be able to like go on these shamanic journeys with people. Um, of course, using Reiki along the way to heal whatever's coming forward. But they're showing you like walking into the woods, like going on like these little retreats, and they don't have to be like a big retreat. It could just be a day retreat, but that's what they're showing me, is like these intensives, really like a day retreat intensive, where you're like taking people into the woods, or you're taking people into nature, and you're really interacting with and drawing from the nature of the planet and the energy of the planet, to be able to serve these people and to allow this experience to be very, very raw and very vulnerable and very intimate, and really completely life changing for the people that you take. And what's funny is that they're not showing this as a group experience. They're showing me like intensives with one person at a time, maybe two, but max two. So it's like these really intensive, um, focused excursions or days that allow you to really intimately dive in, and you have the support of Mother Earth to do that. Let me know your thoughts on that, but I think that's pretty freaking cool. You have so much coming up. Oh, good, Jen. Yeah, and watch, they probably gave you something that you've never thought of, and you're like, well, shit, now I have to add that to my list, right? Let me know if you have other questions about that, or if there's any other specifics about the things that are coming up for you that that you need more detail on. Okay, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Thank you for being here. And just so you know, guys, two things. One, if you're watching on Emerge Healing and Wellness or the Akashic Academy or in another group, I'm not necessarily going to see your comments live. So if you guys are posting things and I'm not talking to you, that means that you're probably not on Awoken TV. So jump over to Awoken TV. The other ones I will be able to see after I get off the live and I can respond to comments, but I won't be doing readings and healings on the comment in the comments. But the other thing I wanted to tell you is that anybody who puts things down here that they would like to heal, and I don't get to you tonight, join Room for Healing, because what I'll do is I will add, if I see you join Room for Healing, I will add whatever you typed in here to my Akashic Healings list so that when I go live there in Room for Healing, I can attend to them. Okay. Because I keep a running list and I just allow the records to choose what they attend to in any given session. Okay. So, so definitely do that and keep me posted so that I can, that the next one's going to be on April 5th at noon, so I can address them then. All right, Rosie. So I would like to clear any karma from my past lives and any other karma that I may have been carrying on. Okay. I just need a little sip of water here to move the energy. And Sam, thank you for tagging people. It's so nice of you to share. I'm really appreciative. Okay. Lots of Reiki being requested tonight by the records. Sending you some Reiki while I'm doing this, Rosie. Hmm. Lots of fire and brimstone in your past lives, Rosie. Yeah, there's a lot of hardship in your past lives. I'm seeing some fire, which indicates to me that they're really showing me these communities that were on fire. So that could mean that um, they actually experienced a fire in the form of destruction of that community in some way, or that there was so much hardship in that community that there was actually fighting within the community. A lot of fiery, passionate, aggressive anger that ended up kind of breaking up the connection and that community. And so for you, it's really left you feeling unsettled in any areas where you feel like you belong. So that could be your relationships, it could be a group at work, it could be a group like a social group, but that you feel maybe a little bit guarded, a little bit timid, a little bit held back in terms of putting yourself out there, especially more authentically, because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? You're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it's funny because what they're saying is they really want you to be able to use this full moon energy to really release these past lives, like writing out the anguish that you may have experienced. And you don't even need to have like a conscious knowledge of what happened in past lives, but literally just writing on the anguish. You can open up your Akashic records. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will send you a link um, to show you how to do that. But I would open up your Akashic records here on the full moon and just tune into that feeling. And I know it's not enjoyable, friend, but this is being highlighted for you in the full moon. Tune into that feeling of anguish from your past lives and allow yourself to just write on it. You know, what was this anguish about? Where did this anguish come from? You don't even need to have answers to that as much as just writing out. You can even, sometimes what I do if I don't have anything tangible in terms of a memory or a conscious understanding, I will look up the word anguish in the dictionary, because words are symbols and words carry vibration and they have a certain frequency to them. So if we get an understanding of how that's defined, you're then going to be able to write on that definition. Like, what does that mean to you? How is that showing up in your life? And allow yourself to really release that anguish so that you can realign with what the full moon also illuminates, which is next steps for you, which is the freedom of your path. Because that's what they show me. They're showing me that when you release this anguish, it's almost like this kind of feeling that's coming forward for you. And they want you to feel that and really sink into that vibration, because that's what's going to help you move forward and easily release these old cords. Lots of themes coming up tonight. This is typically what happens with Akashic Healings, is there's some themes that come forward. So let me know how that feels to you, Rosie. And Jen says, I just needed the extra clarity because I was so confused. Yet I've been feeling the retreat, even a day retreat. Other things have been coming up, and to connect more with my past lives to learn about it. Thank you for the clarity. Yes, I totally hear you. Hi, Tammy. So good to see you, honey. Hi, Julia. Hi, Vanita. Lex, good to see you. Elena or Elena. Tell me how I'm pronouncing that one, please. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, honey. Okay, cool. So let me go back here to my feed. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you, honey. Hi, Melissa. Caprice, that does make sense. I did some inner dialogue today and felt like they were both saying that they were here for each other. Yeah, no, they are here for each other, but there's a difference between being here for each other and feeling each other's shit, right? Like they really need to have clear boundaries between them. Okay. Kayla, that's okay, honey. I can send you that link too, and you can get started on this. And then you can jump into room for healing, and then I can answer. Then you'll be like, oh, okay, now I know what to ask. And you can even watch old Akashic Healings too, and you can see how this is going. So you're like, oh, okay, these are the kinds of questions that people are asking. And you can see in the event in room for healing, the list that people make of, you know, the areas that they're asking for healing. So get a little guidance there, and then I'm happy to help you and support you. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to take one more question here. I'm just going to scroll through and allow the records. Oh, look at you, Kayla. You came up with one. Good job. All right, I will do that one for you, honey. All right. And then the rest of you, I will add to my list for room for healing. So just jump in there, because if you don't join, then I'm not going to answer your question live if you're not in a group. But yeah, I'll definitely add it to my list so that you guys all get a chance to have your healings received. Okay. All right. So Kayla, do I have any karmic debt or other contracts? So proud of you, jumping right in. Okay, so we all have contracts. That's the first thing they're saying. Like we all have contracts for sure. And again, they're talking about the language tonight, which is karmic debt. Like they don't want you to focus on debt, right? There's never, I just did a post yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It could have been this morning on there's no missteps. Like there's no right, there's no wrong. There's just aligned, right? And the more in alignment we are, the less of a struggle we are going to have with the experiences that come forward. That doesn't mean that just because you're in alignment, you're not going to feel some of the hardships and the struggles that come with being human, because we are meant to live here in duality and experience polarity, because that's what helps us learn and that's what helps us get back to our soul's purpose, right? So they don't want you to see it as debt, because that's something that feels like it needs to be repaid. It's something it feels like you're in lack around, right? Um, and they really want you to realize it's like they're all karmic riches. All karma is rich, right? They're all karmic riches, and they're all guiding us toward being a more exalted version of ourselves. Okay. I'm just going to tune into your life though, and kind of like who's around you and what's around you, and seeing if there's anything that's no longer serving you. So Kayla, there's a male figure in your life that's feels tense, weighing you down a little bit, holding you back a little bit. You're feeling a little bit like a little frustrated around this relationship with this male. And they encourage you to just detach emotionally. It doesn't mean you have to end your relationship, right? It just means detach emotionally, which the easiest way to do that is to be in alignment and get in touch with your higher self. Um, because then you're not invested in what's going on with anybody else. You're not invested in how other people are interacting on your path. You're just invested in, you know, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm meant for. This is what I'm meant to be. And anything that doesn't feel super phenomenal and exciting and passionate moving toward that is a no for you. That's what they're saying. So when you're looking at your contracts, meaning when you're looking at your current connections, you're looking at your current scenarios and situations, it's almost identifying for you on a scale of 1 to 10 or on a list that you make, what lights your fire? What totally lights your soul on fire? And what doesn't? And that doesn't mean it has to be crappy and make you feel crappy. It could just be neutral. It just could be like, well, this is fine, but it doesn't really light me on fire, right? And those are the things that doesn't mean, oh, cut it all out and just focus on your passion, but it means be more selective about where you're putting your energy so that on a day to day basis, 90% of your energy are going towards things that light you up. And the 10% is like doing the stuff that is, it's okay. Okay. So let me know your thoughts on that, honey bunches. Yes, Rosie, I'll get that to you, love. Oh, Jennifer, I was on Facebook. Remind the person that was stuck about Deepak Oprah challenge. What are you talking about? Tell me what you're talking about, honey. I love you so much. Okay. Oh, day 3, is that what you're talking about? Oh, I see you. I see you. I started this challenge in, whoa, 3 days and it's amazing. Okay, cool. I think this is the last time Oprah's doing it, but their meditation challenges are freaking awesome and they're free. If you guys haven't signed up for this one yet, do it because I think it's the last one that Oprah's doing. And they're so freaking good. Deborah, hi, my gorgeous friend. I love you. Hi, Jennifer. You're so damn cute. All right. To connect with higher self. Yeah, you know what? Sam, I'm gonna after you get the when you go into the Akashic records, you can connect with your higher self up at your soul star chakra, which is above your crown. So I'm gonna have you do thank you, Jennifer. I was like a total space cadet for a second there. Um yeah, I can guide you a little bit. So after you do that and you enter your records for the first time, shoot me a message and then I can give you just an extra little step to take to connect with your higher self because it's literally that simple. Like it's not that complicated. Okay. And I can totally help you with. But I just want you to experience the records first and like expose yourself to that frequency first and just make sure that you're not like, woo, you know? So so let's just start there and then we can chat. Does that sound good? All right, guys. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that I was able to do Akashic Healings for you because this is something, honestly, since I started doing them in my community in Room for Healing, it has just expanded so much. I mean, there's been not only so many more people that are coming into that community, but just so much collaboration. Like people that are so supportive of each other. When I do Akashic Healings, the comments are just blowing up. Everybody's bringing in insights. They're all supporting each other. Like it's just such a beautiful place to heal. So, and there's 2 amazing things coming up in that space. So, well, I guess I should say 3 because Akashic Healings is also happening in a little over a week again. But the other one is the free 2-day intensive. And that's not happening in Room for Healing, actually. I'm going to be doing that on Emerge Healing and Wellness, which is my Facebook page. But you need to register because when you register, you will get the workbook, which is fabulous and fancy, of course, because I love fancy workbooks. So I'll put that link here in the comments so that you guys can sign up for that. Again, it's free. It's a 2-day intensive. And it's going to help you with a lot of the things that we were talking about tonight, actually. So there's that. And then the other one is a lot of people in my community, Room for Healing, were asking for a low cost course to just help find some greater emotional stability, help find some, um, releasing some of their resistance and they're feeling like they're struggling, right? So I created a course for them that's called Limitless, and it's only $111 because a lot of my offers are higher end. And so they were like, "Can I want access to this, and I need to stabilize." And I'm like, "Absolutely, thank you for asking. I love it when the records and when my community comes forward and says like, this is what people need." And I'm happy to answer that call and provide that service. So it's called Limitless. It's only $111. Super, super easy peasy opportunity for you guys to jump in, start working in the records, start understanding how to release belief systems that really interfere with you moving forward and with that make you feel stuck, right? Yeah, Jen, who doesn't love workbooks? If you're in my world, then you have to love workbooks because I'm kind of a workbook queen. But anyway, and I'm so thankful to my team who makes my content look so beautiful. I don't do that part, but I do celebrate it. So yeah, so I'll put the link for Limitless here too, because that's really going to be a super deep dive into your limiting beliefs and uncovering those that no longer serve you and getting assistance, not only a bunch of tools and experiences to guide you to do this yourself, but also guidance from me as to how to specifically shift your beliefs from the space of the Akashic records, because I'm always channeling through them, of course. It's not really from me, it's guidance from your records. So it's a really beautiful space to just feel held and have some extra support around this, because we need to create space. We need to create more space to be able to fill ourselves and allow ourselves to be filled